guys, what's up? I'm Brian here doing another video for you guys, and this time it's another Before It's Out. Now, I know I did a video on this as well as multiple other robots in disguise figures beforehand, but one, I just quickly pointed them out because some people might just want my quick thoughts and to get my opinions out there right away on all the figures, and two, because I felt like it. So, anyways, I'm doing it Before It's Out on the Twinferno figure. If you guys don't know what Before It's Out is, basically I take a look at a figure before it's actually released. Because I want to kind of compare my opinions between back then, which is, well, now that I'm recording it, and now, which would be actually then, which I don't know why I called it now, it would be then. But if you're watching it then it'd be now. Get it? Anyways, so that is pretty much that. Let's go ahead and talk about Twinferno, starting with the alt mode. Now, the alt mode is ridiculous. There is a part of me that really wants to like it, but there's also a part of me that just doesn't at the same time. I don't know. Maybe it has something to do with the obnoxious dragon heads? Probably. I don't know, it's just, I don't like that, because there's no purpose to it. Okay, Twinferno, aka Doublecross, originally had a double-headed dragon alt mode, and this is basically a reference to that. But here he transforms into a stealth bomber, so it doesn't make sense. Why does he have the dragon heads now? Like, I totally understand when Transformers, they change a character up entirely to where it has a different alt mode, it's a different character, you know, they just do that. It's fine, it's a different alliteration. I have learned to deal with it. In fact, if I were to create a whole new universe for Transformers, there would be a lot of changes that I would make to it because it's creative differences. With this, I don't see the purpose in doing the double dragon heads except to make it a reference to a Generation 1 version of Twinferno, aka Doublecross. But ignoring that, because I'm sure you can fold away the dragon heads, either you can just put them underneath the arms so it's like this, or underneath the wings I should say, or just completely rotate them back. I know it will still look obnoxious, but it won't be poking out from the front of the jet mode like that. With that aside, I like the red section of the stealth bomber. I think that's pretty cool. The wings are very nice, and we'll get to more on the wings later on. But the back end, I don't like. It just feels like that part doesn't really need to be there. If it was more like the Megatron that was released for the first wave of the IDW Generations lineup, then I would have been fine with it, but they decided to just put the legs in the back, and I'm kind of getting tired of the same transformation over and over again, and it seems like it's going to be the same transformation over and over again. So, with that out of the way, the Stealth Bomber mode, it doesn't completely win me over, but there are stuff that I like about it. Again, anything that's part of the red section, I really do like. The flames are kind of cool. They are going to be really huge coming off the back of that, but anything red on it, I like. And the blue windows and gold on the wings, that's pretty cool too, but anything gray or the dragon heads, I'm just not a fan of. Taking a look at the robot mode, I think the robot mode actually does look pretty good in a way. There is still some things that bother me, but I like it because it feels a little more complete. Now, the dragon heads return for this mode, but this time it's his hands. And he can actually shoot fire out of the dragon mouth hands. That is actually something kind of cool. I actually do like that. The problem with that, though, is he doesn't technically have a dragon alt mode. Because the stealth bomber mode, it doesn't really fit into place, and they mainly did it as a reference and for the robot mode because that's something that the original Doublecross had, but if he's not going to transform into a dragon, I don't see the point in doing that. That's just my personal opinion. You can definitely see that the legs are hollow, but I just don't care as long as the front of the legs are not hollow, because here's the thing. With the sides and the back, that can be hollow. I really don't care. It doesn't bother me because that's not the side that I usually see. I understand where people come from when it bothers them, but it doesn't bother me because it's just from the sides or the back. I'm mostly going to look at this from the front, and even when I'm looking at it from the sides, I don't really concentrate on that, so it doesn't bother me. But it will bother other people. The wings I really do like, because they're actually like the dragon wings. I like how it looks good for the alt mode, and then for the robot mode, it still retains a look from the Generation 1 toy, and it's still a reference to that. That's the problem with the dragon heads, is yes, it's a reference to the original Generation 1 toy, but it doesn't do anything for the alt mode that's really good looking or successful. So what's the point of it? With the wings, they actually try to incorporate that into the alt mode, and then also give him a reference in robot mode, which I really do like. The one thing, though, that I'm not sure about is his head. Because his head doesn't look that bad, but his head kind of seems a little out of place compared to the rest of the body, especially with the dragon heads. I just kind of feel like he should have more curvy and just a different head. Because this one looks more like an Auto Trooper type head, and he feels like he shouldn't really have that. I understand that the Generation 1 toy kind of had that, but I feel like this version kind of needed a different head sculpt. I don't hate this toy. I think it looks cool for some part. I definitely like the flames. I think those are pretty cool weapons. Like, I really want to get those. But, and, you know, the color scheme pops more than the Generations Twinferno, which makes me think, by the way, speaking of the Generations Twinferno, I think that this is going to be a Wave 2 figure, because there's already going to be a Twinferno in Wave 1, and you don't want to confuse parents with that. But I think that overall, there's some good, there's some bad. He is definitely the worst out of the ones that have been recently revealed, but if he's the worst, then it only goes up from here. Then we have some pretty good figures for robots in disguise, as far as right now. Again, this video, it's not about having the figure in hand, it's about pretty much pre-reviewing the figure. That's why it's called Before It's Out. Anyways, that's pretty much it. I thank you guys for watching. Please like, comment, share, subscribe, and all those fun do that. And I will see you guys next time. Fist bump.